Recording.
Well, good evening, everyone. This is Judy Daniel, Lifeway Presidential. So thankful to say, and I will be one of the facilitators for our weekly Live Younger community call. Along with me, I'll be heading it up and getting us going. And then we're going to have Helen Peak and Michelle Niels, and we've got Timothy behind the scenes manning the Zoom for us. I think we can hear you breathing back there, Timothy Peak. Thank you for doing all of that. Robin and Gregory send their love, their good wishes. They'd love to be here. There's a good chance that they'll be able to pop on for a little tiny bit of time, but we can't guarantee it. So we are going to create a beautiful mosaic for you to bring the essence, the tidbits, the takeaways from the convention on the weekend. Is anybody else as jazzed as I am? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I'm going to tell you my X49 testimonial, and then I am turning it over to Dr. Barbara Jennings, one of our wonderful doctors who comes on for the Tuesday night calls. We so appreciate you, Dr. Barbara. She's going to tell us about the theme of longevity and about the X49 patch. So I love beginning with the testimonial. I say the X39 put the bubbles in my in my champagne, and X49 put a spring in my step. I feel like I've gone from driving a 4-cylinder car to a 6-cylinder car. That's the kind of stamina and energy and fun I am having with X49. So over to you, Dr. Barbara. Thank you for being willing to share your thoughts from the convention. Dr. Barbara Jennings.
Hello.
And there you are.
Hi, yes, here I am. All right. Hello, everyone. So one of the big themes, well, everyone should know by now, if you don't already, David Schmidt's vision and his main focus in LifeWave is anti-aging. And the wisdom in anti-aging as a focus is that it affects every aspect of health. Really, every part of our body is affected by aging, whether it's inflammation or tendency towards disease, or how well a person can recover after an injury. So when you're focusing on anti-aging from the inside out, right? This is not topical things. This is from the inside out. Then we hit on so many different aspects of health. So that's very exciting. It's exciting to be in a true anti-aging, and actually what he says is age reversal. So if you can actually take your body and heal it and restore your genes to have a younger genetic expression, that's what he's working for and creating with these patches. So the new X49 patch is a companion to X39. And the idea is to use it as a companion. And so X39 remains the primary patch, and adding the X49 to it is going to activate another copper peptide. Maybe you didn't know another one existed, but this activates the AHK-CU, the AHK copper peptide. And that is involved in, similarly to the GHK, in wound healing, in skin. It has a larger impact on hair and hair growth, and is really powerfully closely connected to epithelium, especially the inside lining of blood vessels. So it's going to be more protective. When a person has a lot of inflammation, that lining inside the blood vessels actually becomes damaged with inflammation. So the ability to repair that is really important. All right, so I'm going back to my notes here. Okay, so problems associated with aging that these patches are working to address are mitochondrial dysfunction. So mitochondria, you've got hundreds, if not thousands of them inside your cells. Busy cells have more of them, so your heart muscle has more than a skin cell. But they make your energy. And if you don't have healthy mitochondria, you don't have energy to heal. You don't have energy to do the work of that cell. You don't have energy to detox yourself. So mitochondrial energy is massively important. So there's mitochondrial dysfunction. There's the tendency of accumulating old and dead cells and not clearing them out in a timely manner. That becomes more of a problem as we age. We lose our stem cell activity. We already know that, right? There's a breakdown in communication from cell to cell. Your genes can actually become altered from toxins, from poor nutrition and oxidative stress. Telomeres, I don't know if everybody knows what telomeres are, but they're kind of like little shoelaces at the ends of your chromosomes. And every time a cell duplicates, it takes off one layer. And the faster your cells have to replicate, and the faster you lose your telomeres. And when that runs out, it cannot replicate anymore, right? You're out of new cells. And so telomeres is really a big focus in aging and in inflammation and damage to the body. Of course, as with age, we tend to have an increase of inflammation and leaking biophotons. So he spent a while talking about how we are beings of light, right? Our original source of energy is sunshine. Biophotons go into the plant, we eat the plant, we have biophotons in our body. And as cells become old and damaged, they will start to actually leak these. And when that happens, your cells' communication with each other is reduced. It's not as effective. So the things that we want to do to maintain our health, right? He used the word recapture several times in his presentation, is to improve your mitochondrial dysfunction, right? And he said the energy enhancer patch is an anti-aging patch. It improves mitochondrial function. Exercising, having good nutrition, especially acetyl L-carnitine and ALA in your diet, can upregulate your mitochondrial function. Having NAD, that's an energy carrying molecule, and we'll probably be hearing more about that in the future, I think. Solve the accumulation of old and dead cells. And intermittent fasting, if you're not familiar with that, is a wonderful tool for that. If you incorporate intermittent fasting on a regular basis, it will actually help you decrease your old cells 5 times faster than normal. So X39 turns on the P53 gene, which activates your stem cells. All right, so now you're going to make more collagen. And so the AHK is going to support that in overall tissue repair. And as you age, collagen is super important, right? It's in your bones, it's in your skin, your hair, in your tissues and your tendons and ligaments. It's what holds us together. It's in your blood vessels. So that's extremely important. All right, he also suggested vitamin C and the Eon patch and olive oil, which actually can affect your genes and genetic expression to have a younger expression. And let's see, hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So that actually can help increase those telomeres on your chromosomes. So when we combine these things with the X39 and the X49, that becomes really important. So I'm just going to do a quick summary. So X49, it elevates your AHK copper peptide. The GHK is more ubiquitous in the body and it's easier to test in the blood. The AHK is harder to test in the blood. It doesn't stay there very long, but it is involved in the health of your vascular system, right? And nitric oxide. So anytime you can increase nitric oxide, that's usually a good thing because that increases circulation and oxygenation of your tissues. Let's see, it's if you Google AHK, which I have, and maybe you have too, but you'll see it's in a lot of beauty products, right? It's in hair growth, topical things, and things for anti-aging in your skin. All right, so the X49, the general claims that we can make are that it supports energy, it supports a healthy lifestyle, and fitness claims. It actually will help increase lean muscle mass and probably bone mass. We cannot make the bone mass as a claim yet, but that might be coming. So that's something that's going to be studied. Okay, so I don't know if I've already taken more time than I was supposed to, but there's an overview of the X49 and AHK peptide.
Dr. Barber, I could listen to you for hours. You make the complex become very simple, understandable. Thank you very much. Really appreciate how you brought the essence to us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now let's travel down to Sedona, Arizona with Jonna Shiloh. Jonna, are you there? And there she is. A talented homeopath of 30 years, such an artistry, anyway, I could go on and on about that, but Jonna, you wanted to talk about the X49 and 5G. So over to you.
This is something that I've studied a lot and I've been very concerned about. I really feel like what he's offering, let's see if I can get this.
Can you turn your volume up a bit, Jonna? We don't want to miss a word.
Okay, I'm just trying to get, myself a little bigger also on my computer, but I'll try to talk louder. How's that? Does that
We
work?
don't want to miss a thing.
I hope you can hear me. So, am I on mute?
No, you're fine. Now you are.
Now you're on mute, Jenna. You're on mute. You weren't, but now you are.
I keep hitting on mute. And
Now we can hear you.
Now
muting
we can hear you.
you. I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, we'll try it from here. So it's really exciting to me because I've had a lot of concern about this 5G and what we can do about it. It's so ubiquitous everywhere, you know, all the EMFs that we're exposed to. And I was really hoping and praying that David would be coming up with some hope for us, some answers. And sure enough, he said the studies are in process. They had hoped to have the results by now, but because of COVID and everything, a lot of the labs had been closed down. But he said so far the results look very promising. Now, because both of the peptides are copper peptides, he said these peptides would form like a whole network throughout our skin and around our body. And he proposed that this would create something akin to what's known as a Faraday cage. So for those who don't know what a Faraday cage is, It's basically an enclosure that's used to block electromagnetic fields during research. And it's formed by a solid mesh that surrounds the whole environment of the experiments that they're doing. And so our bodies may become like that Faraday cage in order to protect us from the EMFs and from the 4G and 5G and perhaps including our cell phones. So this was such a unique concept and one of the most exciting things that I can think of, in addition, of course, to all the other things that have been already mentioned, that I was just over the top. So I'm happy to be able to share that with you, that there is hope that we may be protected from all of these frequencies that surround us all the time that we don't even see and don't even know are affecting us.
Thank you, Jonna. Beautiful. And yes, there is hope. Now we're going to move over to Karen O'Neill, who we all know and love from our Monday morning chats. Karen, would you like to share your X49 testimonial?
I would love to. And I've only been on it 3 days. This morning I got up, it was my third day. A little background, I know almost all of you know, I broke my shoulder last year, not even a year ago. My husband passed away. I've had all kinds of things going on, and I haven't been to a gym or done a workout in years now, at least 2 years since probably COVID started. And I decided to test it. I'm staying with my stepdaughter in Bradenton, Florida on the Manatee River, and there's a big pier. And I decided I got up really early, went out to walk, and I thought, well, I might be able to walk back and forth 2 or 3 times and be pretty good. Well, I walked out there, back, did some stretches, walked out again, did some more stretches and a few little exercises. And then I power walked, and I literally power walked up and down that pier. I just kept going and I couldn't get tired. I couldn't get out of breath. I was chugging along as fast as I could go. And I literally couldn't make myself tired. I did it 6 times plus. And my stepson-in-law figured it out. It was well over a mile. And after 5 times back and forth, I did not each time, the whole thing was over a mile, close to 2 miles. And the 5th time, I was a tiny bit out of breath, but I could still sing a song. I didn't try, but I knew I could. And I did it one more time, 6 times. I mean, I went fast. I went so fast that I was kind of afraid I'd fall on my face, but I didn't. And I just couldn't get tired. It was wonderful. I haven't had that kind of energy. I just don't even know. And I've been going all day, only had 5 hours of sleep last night. I am really tired and sleepy, but I am impressed. So that's pretty much it. Very impressive energy that I did not expect that much. So that's it.
Thank you, Karen. Well, as Dr. Barbara said, the X49 builds lean muscle. Regardless of age, we gain strength, some people doubling their strength, stamina. Your testimonial just gave light to all of that. Over to Connie Lucas, you were there at the convention. Let's hear your X49 testimonial. And Karen, thank you so much.
Well, a lot of you saw my testimonial because they played it at the convention, but it was exactly as Karen said. The stamina was great. The first day I had the X39, I put it on. I was 12 hours plus behind the chair, back-to-back clients. I had gotten up at 4 in the morning because I was still on East Coast time coming back from a trip from Maine. And I got home at night. I worked from before 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening on clients. I got home and I looked at my husband. I go, I am not the least bit tired. So I really did have that same experience. Now I also, because I split my 2 sleeves of patches that they awarded me from the spring sprint with my husband. So I ran out of patches. And I can tell you that I saw a significant difference when I went back to not having the X49. I get more out of my workouts. I recover quicker. It really does do exactly what they said. And I think people are really going to be able to feel it. With that being said, we do have the promo. The promo is going currently now through January 28th, because at Nova, I think the plan is to go ahead and launch this full force with all the spectacular marketing behind it. And so right now, currently, you can only buy X49 in a combo pack. And all of the details for that are in Nitty Gritty. Thank you, Judy Daniels. You can go to Nitty Gritty Basics or Nitty Gritty 101, and it will tell you exactly what the pricing is on those packs. You can enroll new customers and new distributors with it. If you're rolling a new PC customer, you're going to want to go in, you put an X39 into their cart for next month, and then you go back into the cart for now for a shop now order with your $19.95 fee, and you can order the combo pack as a promotion. With that aside, I am hoping that the company will allow us to potentially order the X49 separately, or to at least be able to put the combo pack on an auto ship until until it is launched officially. But from right now, we just have to remember this is a pre-launch, and thank goodness we can all get our hands on it a little bit early. So back to you, Judy.
Thank you, Connie, and I'll keep everybody updated on Nitty Gritty, what's new regarding developments with the promotion. So thank you very much. And now I'm going to turn it over to Michelle Niels, who we know and love from our Monday morning chats. And Michelle is going to facilitate the next section.
Thank you, Judy. Good evening, everyone in LifeWave Land. This is a really fun call, recapping the conference. So in this section, we are going to hear from 3 ladies, 2 of whom were at the conference in Orlando. And we're going to start with Jeran Gesick. I'm sorry if I'm saying your last name incorrectly, Jeran. Okay,
You got it fine.
So, all right. So Jeran is going to share about a couple of wonderful speakers. So over to you, Jeran.
Okay, I've got 3 people who spoke for a total of probably about 3 hours there, and I'm going to confine it to 3 minutes and see if I can do a good job here. So I'm trying to get these guys all the points that I had that I felt myself really pertained to our LifeWave businesses and things that could kind of apply. So the first speaker I'm going to talk about was James Lawrence. He was the Iron Cowboy. He does Ironman triathlons and actually is the top endurance athlete in the world. So, I mean, crazy guy. Every word out of his mouth was inspirational. His talk brought tears to people's eyes. It was just incredible. But some of the things that he said that I felt really can pertain to us as distributors, things that we kind of need to know. One of the things he says is there is a bully in everyone's life or mind that tries to make you give up. And the only limit to achieving greatness is to tell yourself no. Don't let the bully get to you. Don't listen to it. Just go forward through it. He also said that nothing great is ever achieved alone. That applies to us. We are a team. We are, everyone's got the team. There's a lot of people there to give help out. It says you need to grow, to adapt and evolve. We need to become uncomfortable intentionally. Only then will we meet the best version of ourselves and honestly find out what we can accomplish. That's pretty good. And it's like, when was the last time you became intentionally uncomfortable? Everybody needs to know that's those phone calls. That's trying to talk to somebody that you haven't maybe talked to in a long time, or maybe even a stranger. Those are the kinds of things that you have to deal with that these really pushed right into. One of the next things he says is, in your life, in your journey, if you want to get to the top, put yourself aside and help others get there. If you do that selflessly, there is no chance that you don't go to the top with them. That's part of this company, being a team, helping everyone and helping your teammates, everyone to get high there. And his biggest message was, have empathy and compassion for everyone around you. That's really an incredible, important thing. But boy, you guys really need to watch that video and see what he said, because there's so much more to it than just that. But those are the things I felt he said that were very inspirational. The second one that is very inspirational also was Heather Monahan. She was the last speaker, and what a hoot. She is an entrepreneur, an author, and she is a professional speaker. And there are a couple of things that she said. I'm just going to hit on some of the real high points that struck me. One of the first and foremost things she said is LinkedIn is your white space. Everyone should be on LinkedIn. I have no clue about that. I'm asking teammates and people that I met there how actually to do some of this, because I'm one of those that has not been good with social media. I need to learn. So I'm trying to touch base with those of you that I know who have for help. That's part of using my team. One of the other things she said, which I thought was really kind of a good way to put it, fewer people have their goals written down than have their grocery list. And it says you need to make yourself a higher priority than your groceries. That I thought was perfect. And you need to also envision yourself getting there. If you can see it, you can achieve it. But you do have to actually envision it. She says your mind, if you put it in your mind, close your eyes and envision yourself at the top, your mind doesn't realize you haven't been there. So that's a really big deal. And she also said, you have the opportunity to change people's lives when you speak confidence and conviction to them. That's helping your teammates too. We all need that. And that's something that you really need to do is speak confidence to all of your team members. It also says, don't listen to people who haven't been where you're going. There are a lot of naysayers out there. You have family, you have friends, that this won't work. You're crazy for doing this. She says, but no. And you also need to realize that strong people ask for help. That's a big part of it. You reach out to your upline. They are where you want to be. They're the ones you need to ask for the help. And that was cool. And remember, you can be told no a lot and still keep going. So that was Heather Monahan. Those are the two that I thought were very inspirational. There's a whole lot more packed into what they said, but those are just some of the high points that struck me. Now, then the last one I'm going to go through is Jason Gao. He is our new Senior Global Product Marketing Director. To me, what he had was some stuff that was very educational, informational, and I was surprised because I did not realize some of this. It's just not the thought process I had. But he said the X49 is going to open up new demographics to us. We have to get the messaging right to them. Those demographics, a couple of them are millennials is number one. There are over 80 million of them in the United States alone. So we can't afford to miss out on that market. And we need to learn to talk to them. It is estimated that they will have $1.4 trillion in purchasing power in this year alone. That's huge. They spend their money on experiences, not on things. And he was saying, what are we doing there at the conference? We were having an experience. What do we do when we tell our stories and share that thing? We're sharing experiences. That's really powerful. They also want to have a fulfilling and active lifestyle. They exercise to be strong, not skinny. They don't look at weight loss that much. They primarily are on Instagram and TikTok. They are not very often on Facebook, but they do post to social media, and that is like baked into them. They grew up on social media. So you need to send them small bits of information because they kind of have short attention spans. They're used to being on social media with short bits. You want to give them something interesting to post about. That's kind of how you touch them. And you need to lead with the product for them, not the business. They are not trusting of big business. It will take time to move them into it. But that's kind of what you're looking at with millennials. Then you go to the Gen Xers. These guys are 30% of the population, so we can't afford to miss out on them either. They outspend all other generations. Get that right into your head. They spend their money. They are a bit more open to the business opportunity, but you need to pave that path with the product first. then present the business, they are a bit more open to them. They're interested in weight management, not as much as strength management there. So that's not too much. You don't want to hide your agenda from them either. They're very smart, intelligent, and they will see right through that. So be open and honest with them. And they spend 95% of them are on Facebook daily. That's where you have to meet them. They are dealing with a struggle between their work-life balance, and our opportunity can help them deal with that. So what we have to kind of realize here is that millennials and Gen Xers and boomers, they're all different. So we have to approach them all differently. We need to talk to them differently. They are going to buy our products for different reasons. So we kind of need to work to be in tune to it. So, and also we also need to realize I'm a boomer, and so I'm quite a bit older than a millennial. But if you're speaking to any of these people with a common goal, your age difference doesn't matter. So these are all things that we need to really learn. That was something my thought process didn't go that way. I didn't realize it. And hopefully it's something that we all start understanding. We have different people. We have to do things and approach them differently. So that was my take on some of the top things I really grabbed from that and was really interested in. So.
Thank you, Jeran. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, we are approaching people differently. That's a very important message. So we are going to turn it over now to Roevel, who is going to share about some of the leaders, the LifeWave leaders who spoke during the conference. So over to you, Roevel.
Thanks, Michelle.
Oh, you need to unmute.
I'll keep this very short, and so everyone gets a chance and respect your time. There's a couple of folks that were there that's part of this Live Younger community that was just a pleasure to see. Gayla and Barry Gordon. It was wonderful. The whole theme of love, it seemed, emanated from them and from, of course, the CEO and founder, David Schmidt. It was just a beautiful experience. We felt like we were right there. Of course, it helped to have, wonderful parties that were going on, even on Zoom, thanks to Judy Daniel, and Zena Locke also had get-togethers. So it was wonderful. It was also great to see Connie Lucas, of course, of the Live Younger community up there on stage, offering her very practical suggestions and looking very professional. Everybody did. Just the two, very quickly, I just want to mention Onyx Cole. Was really moved by listening to her again. And of course, leaders such as Kai Jacobson and Gregory Mascari and Judy Daniel do mention the 3 people a day, but it really hit home with me when she said that the three people a day has got to be every day. So that's 21 a week. So I started incorporating that immediately, and just her whole presentation. I just love watching her and listening to her speak. And lastly, I just wanted to mention Li Jinlong. I was so touched that David Schmidt gave him this award. And that was another thing about this company, is very, having been an international banker before, being so global, I really was hugely impressed. I was mentioning that I've been to events, throughout North America, mostly throughout the United States and Europe, but this was such a top quality event. And I think it was because of the vision for humanity, which Li Jinlong touched on, how he observes what goes on in Malaysia and how he really wanted to make a huge impact on the world. He just didn't know what vehicle he would use, and that his vehicle is LifeWave. So it was just a beautiful, heartfelt feeling to see David Schmidt give him this award. And that's what I wanted to share. Thanks for listening.
Roevel, beautiful. Thank you so much. So much. That was perfect. I believe Connie Lucas is next, and she's going to share about our newest corporate edition, Lori. And I don't have Lori's last name, so I'll let you introduce Lori, Connie. Thanks.
So we got a chance to talk, or to see Lori Berger take the stage, which was phenomenal. She just absolutely shines, and you really walked away with that feeling that she is capable of doing everything she says she's going to do. It's not just about telling you what you want to hear. It's about a strategy. And she did a really great job of laying out the strategy of what needs to happen and the order it needs to happen in to get to where we need to go and to get to be that billion-dollar company. And so you can expect, go back and rewatch it, lay out her strategy. It's all based on customer and distributor experience. It's all based on that flow. And what we want is we want our customers to also be, in a sense, our greatest fans, right? So that they live and breathe us, they share it with other people, they tell other people, because their experience has been so great, not just even with just the product, but with the whole flow and everything that wraps around an experience for a customer. So very customer oriented. And I do believe that she's very much, with her background and things she's created at her past companies, she knows how to take that customer and that customer experience and, many times turn them into that distributor that wants to go out and talk to people. So you're going to see that Lori is going to be very capable of doing everything that she says that she's going to do, and that she has a very solid strategy in place to get it done. You'll see much of that rolled out already with some of the changes you've seen to the app and a few other things. You're going to see it rolled out at Nova when you see how she markets and launches X49. And then you can expect, hopefully, by the end of Q1, we will be seeing a completely different format and strategy with enhancements to the PC program and to the enrollment flow, making it easy for our customers to sign up and enroll, and fixing all the little things that we have been for quite some time saying we need to get fixed, including things even in the back office and how our website looks, how our back office looks, what reports we have there. There's a lot on the table, but sitting down and spending time with Lori, she has a very strategic plan. And I think you're going to be really, really happy with all of the results from that.
Beautiful, Connie. Yay. Wonderful recap on Lori Berger, who is a powerhouse. She's a dynamo. Oh my goodness. She does what she says she's going to do. We are now going to turn over to Timothy Peak. And Timothy is going to share about the improvements on the LifeWave InTouch app. So over to you, Timothy.
All right, thanks. So if there's anyone here who hasn't gotten that app yet, you go to the App Store on your phone and download LifeWave InTouch. For those of you who have got the app, but you haven't been there since Saturday night, when you go back to it, you're going to have to click a button to update the app. And when you do that, it's going to change the appearance entirely. Don't panic. Just reach up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. There's 3 little lines, which is an icon for a menu. One of the first things you'll see is the word training. If you click on that, the second group of videos is all about the app. If you just follow through those videos, you'll be an aficionado within moments. So I could stay on here half the night, but you can make that app look any way you want. You can arrange the information, upload a picture. There's a lot more things you can do with it now. So go do it. Back to you, Michelle.
All right, thanks, Tim. That was great. Just do it. I think that sounds like a Nike commercial. So I am going to share a little bit now about, let's see, I'm just checking the schedule here. Yes, we're going to do this. So in the second session where David spoke on day 2, he started out by saying there are problems facing the world today. It's like David is not going to sugarcoat anything. And he talked about some of them, and he also talked about solutions. So he spoke about the global healthcare crisis. I'll just give a couple statistics. Over 800 million people are undernourished. That's about 10% of the world's population. He spoke about global warming and global pollution, including 1 million seabirds and over 100,000 sea mammals are killed by pollutants every single year. The amount of untreated sewage dumped in the waterways and trash in the oceans. But he didn't stop with that. David is a visionary, as we all know, and we are so blessed beyond imagination. And he talked about a process I'd never heard of before called pyrolysis, which is a technology for transforming garbage into electricity with no CO2 emissions. So leave it to David. He was part of a project with a machine like this. But I want to ask everyone, how would it feel to be part of a network marketing company that is focused on global solutions, environmental and humanitarian assistance? Imagine being a part of a company that is going to have a phytoplankton product that's going to help solve the problem with ocean pollution and global warming due to excess CO2. So if you can imagine that I'm talking about LifeWave, you're right, because LifeWave is that company and David is that incredible genius, heart-centered leader. And that's one of the things that we love about LifeWave. We love the heart here in this community. And it's so obvious with David. He's a man of integrity, a man of honor, a man of true vision. And while we have homeostasis in our bodies from the patches, we will soon be experiencing homeostasis for the entire planet. So David has a huge vision. He spoke about vertical farming and eventually having a product where we will be able to grow food in our homes. So you are in the right place at the right time, everyone, and with an incredible, heart-centered, high integrity, honorable, brilliant man at the helm, David Schmidt. I was so inspired, and Helen told me, you're going to have your jaw on your lap when you watch this, Michelle, because I had to watch the replay. And I did. I was blown away. So we are so blessed. And so we need to shout this from the rooftops. LifeWave is going places. We are not done, you guys. We are on our way, and we're going to grow to bigger than 1 billion. That's one of the things David said. Why stop at 1 billion? So that's all from me. Back to you, Judy. Judy, well, maybe.
Michelle, I'm going to.
I wasn't expecting you to toss it back over to me, but I do believe Gregory and Robin have just jumped on. Or
Okay.
am I? Is this correct?
Are they here?
It's Robin, and I'm just listening.
Yay, Robin.
Robin's on listening mode.
All right. So, Michelle, why don't you just carry on and invite Marya and Connie Lucas
Marya,
and Zena.
yes, Marya. We have Marya
hi.
and Connie and Zena. So Marya, yes, you're going to share your perspective on your first LifeWave convention.
Michelle, I am so thrilled to follow what you just said, because that was so avidly inspiring for me, that David Schmidt, our leader, our inventor, this brilliant mind, is giving us all the impetus to keep going further and higher and imagine new possibilities. And what I was so thrilled with is he is an inventor who has invented these wonderful patches we can put on our body, but then he keeps inventing new things, and he inspires us all to just be more than we can be. So I was very, very thrilled, and I am a brand new distributor. I have already signed up 3 people, and going to sign up somebody else tomorrow, because I am so excited about these products and the company and the community and the coherence of this vision that he has really inspire me greatly. So I hope we're all on that same vibration. Anyway, for me, the conference was a real eye opener, but it brought 3 things to me that I really feel are great takeaways. First of all, it is a company with heart. And I really feel that we are operating with the power of love, and that is what is going to keep us healthy and keep our whole movement growing strong. And secondly, it's a very brainy product. You have to really learn about stem cells and other sort of scientific things, but look at the great science that we have. And that came to bear full force in that conference. And thirdly, what I love especially, and Roevel mentioned it, it's so global. We have all the people, we have all the different people in all these different countries, and we have a vision for helping the planet become better through these products. What could be greater? Okay, so that was my enthusiastic global view. Thanks. So Judy, back to you.
I'll take over. Thanks, Marya. That was perfect. Thank you. It's wonderful to hear the enthusiasm of new distributors and people who have gone to convention for the first time. So let's see, Zena. It's either Zena or Connie. I'm sorry. I can't really tell who's next here. I gave a summary of the vision, and Zena, would you like to come on and share about your input from the convention? Zena Locke.
Sure, not a problem. Hi, everybody, and thank you, Michelle. So as you know, I love LifeWave, and I love David, and I love our company. And our team was blessed to be able to meet throughout the day. And I thoroughly enjoyed hearing what each and everyone had to say. And I loved how everybody saw something just a little bit different. So what I want to do is sort of share with you what the ladies had to say. So Monica, this conference was a true blessing. Up against what we have been facing these last 2 years, David Schmidt is truly a visionary. He goes way beyond problem solving to painting pictures of solutions. He looks at the world as opportunities and possibilities for positive and compassionate solutions. He truly cares, and that comes out in the way he talks to all of us. Wouldn't it be amazing to have leadership in this world that truly was for bettering of all of our lives? I feel so much hope, and I know that working with this company allows me to strengthen my own compassionate nature and help people change their lives. Elizabeth, I'm very grateful to be able to see David Schmidt's integrity and his vision for our world, and how his mission and his inventions are going to help the planet and the people of this world. He is quite amazing and yet humble. Hearing about what is coming in the near future was so exciting, she says. It is everything I am passionate about. Using X39 and X49 and the other patches and helping others with this amazing technology, allowing our bodies to use their own innate wisdom is brilliant. Also, dealing with the 5G is so important. It gives hope for saving us and the planet, and we get to be a part of this journey and this community through LifeWave. And Lois loved, don't be angry, stay in a state of love. For the millennials, strong is the new skinny, and X generation is looking for that work-life balance and interested in weight management. This conference gave us the meat and potatoes, everything we need to be successful. Dr. Pamela said the InTouch is an awesome tool. Thank you very much, LifeWave and David. And Bonnie's takeaway, wow, David continues to amaze me with all his knowledge and where he is taking LifeWave. Such a loving, caring person. All the speakers were excellent, and the whole conference was so professionally done. Love LifeWave. Wish we all could have been there. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Zena, thank you, my dear. That was perfect. One-liners from people who had something to share from the conference. A really good summary. Thank you, everyone who shared. And we have one more share from our dear Connie Lucas, and then Helen Peak to end it up. So over to you, Connie.
So I'm just going to take that vision that he talked about in section 3, and I want to put an opportunity spin on it for you, not to discredit everything he was talking about, but talking about so many companies have their their foundation or their this or that they work for. David has created his own by looking at changing the world, and we get to be a part of that vision. And when we talked earlier about, Jeran talked about the millennials and the Gen X, I just want to remind you that these are very purpose-driven generations. And so I thought about my daughter in her 30s and my daughter in their 20s, and I thought what David is doing with the environment, what he is looking for, they can get behind. So don't forget, when you're dealing with this younger generation, to really talk about that bigger vision of the world, because this is a purpose they can get behind and a company that they can get behind. So I just wanted to put that little tweak to it that is heartwarming and beautiful. And we look at this and go, this is amazing. This also is a piece that the younger generation can really wrap their hearts around. So Helen, why don't you go ahead and take it from here?
Oh, thank you, Connie. Like, what a privilege to be in the company of all these wonderful people and so many more that don't get to be here. But we always do a good to know. And tonight I was thinking of a good to know as a simple one. We've been, recommended to do this before, and I think it's a good business activity. And that is to go to Lifeway Business Builders, in Facebook. And there you'll hear a lot of what happened at convention, and we'll also, have trainings there as well. I wanted to say there's no doctor call presentation Zoom tomorrow night, but Dr. Jeff always does it, and it'll be 5:30 Pacific time. Ask Doctor, that would be drjeff.org. So Connie, you've been mentioning about this Nova 22 conference that's going to be on January 29th. And it's only $29, and you can already go to Nitty Gritty 101 or Basics, go to What's New, and then go to LifeWave News where you can register. So I just wanted to give a lot of gratitude on behalf of all of us to our wonderful leaders, Robin and Gregory and Kai and Lynette, Dr. Nicholas and Dr. Joan. And what they just did was role model working and playing, because here in our company, Lifeway, that's what we do, work and play. There's no difference. So thank you. And Robin, if you'd like to share, let's go ahead and close it with you, hon. We appreciate you joining us. If you're still there. So maybe she's not there. But
well,
there
you
she
guys,
is.
Hi guys. Gregory and I are going to share on Thursday. I just wanted to pop in and be here and just absorb all the energy that you guys are sharing. So thank you, and we'll share more too soon. So you guys did a fabulous job. I love you all. Bottom line, we're on an amazing journey together, and so blessed and so grateful, and it just keeps getting more amazing. So love you all.
All right, let's have all of our presenters come on live. We'll wave goodbye to everybody. Robin, we can feel your excitement, looking forward to Thursday. And I was reading all the chat comments, and I could feel that flood of excitement just flowing through. Thank you, everybody. And remember, keep on patching. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for hopping in.